ya kupendeza, hakuna matata. Kenya nchi nzuri.
My name is Estelle Hughes. I am a teacher of French literature, but also a very happy service learning coordinator, taking a bunch of middle school students and high school students to Kenya. I thought it was time to have an international service learning experience with students at the James World Academy. I am also a strong believer in intercultural education.
Hello! Hello. How are all your journeys?
Oh, very good.
I'm very proudly taking these students to my continent, Africa, because that's something I would like to share with the students that I teach. What I hope they will get from it is maybe challenging a static vision of Africa. I hope that when students come back, they understand that we all share the same humanity.
And I'm happy to see young faces.
The other one? Yeah.
What we are doing here is to help the building not to collapse with the rain. Here sometimes we do have a short train but very heavy. So we are trying to make sure we can do like flower bed and to support the wall. Same time they can plant their flower and grass to help the walls not to collapse.
Stop. You hear that tree? Yeah, that's all we need to do. It's going to do the same jump over and over and over.
I think this is a very concrete task, a task from which students can learn from a design point of view. And also it's a task where students will be working together towards a common goal, which is the best way actually, according to research, to combat prejudice. It's the contact theory.
I don't feel that building classrooms is more important, but I certainly feel it's as important as other building projects like building homes, building community centres. The important thing is obviously that the Kenyan government has an agreement that if classrooms are built, then they will supply them with a professionally trained teacher, and obviously coming from my perspective as a teacher, the role of education within a community to, in the long term, further the development of that community is essential.
As far as how long
One for me and one for you.
We have 599 pupils in primary school and around 97 in pre-primary school.
The best experience I had was seeing the faces of the students at the schools we visited and how glad they were to actually help us make the schools, seeing that they actually really valued their own education, and knowing that the head teachers and the actual teachers of the school were able to be there with us and congratulate us and welcome us. That was really, really warm and nice to know. So when I come back to Switzerland, we're really glad to know that in Kenya, everyone was super valuing their education. Everyone wanted to go to school, and they even came to help us because of the school. And I feel like our school in Switzerland needs to have that that encouragement. We need to be wanting to come to school every single day, and we need to be smiling at school. Well, before I came on the trip, I was expecting a lot of the houses to be made of mud. I didn't expect the schools to be have concrete in them. I thought they'd be made of grass or something. And actually being able to see what the school have done to be able to make these schools out of concrete is really amazing, and how we are able to make them out of concrete is really cool. The most shocking experience I had in Kenya was most likely when our big bus, our truck which carried all the students in, it got stuck in the mud at least 3 or 4 times, and in the distance you could just see the sun was setting. It was getting a bit dark, and everyone was afraid that we would be stuck there for a while. And we all know that when it gets dark, the animals are starting to come out, and we had to use shovels and push the truck, and it's really heavy. So knowing that this could take a long time, we could not get rescued till tomorrow, we might have to sleep out there, that was quite scary. But in the end, we got saved by the Kenyan government police. They came and helped us move the truck, and that was really great.
I am 12 years old. I like my school. Write and reading.
I watch a lot of documentary channels, believe it or not, and I see all the Kenyan people, and I see how they live, of course, on the documentaries, but you know, seeing it in real life and seeing in person is much more, well, it makes you see how they actually live. It's actually in front of you, not behind a screen. And yeah, that's pretty much why I want to go to Kenya. One thing for sure that I've learned about Kenyan culture here is that they're extremely welcoming. First day when we came to Kenya, all of them were saying jambo, which means hi, to us, and it was really kind and sweet. And I don't know, they just accept anyone from the outside. It's really what we need, really, accepting people in our community. And yeah, that's what I think is the most important thing about Kenyan culture that they do. The best thing so far in this trip has to be us helping the schools out, putting all our work and effort, and seeing the children, teachers, community members happy, and even helping us in our work. That really made me, in fact that surprised me, to be honest, because I thought I wouldn't be too familiar with outsiders, and I thought they wouldn't really get close to us, kind of be far away. But actually, we hugged them, we played with them, put on our shoulders and all that. They even helped us carry sand, and yeah, just seeing the fact that they accept and they help us, and they welcome us is extremely incredible. That's the best part.
So as I understand, some kids come from very far to go to your school. What would you say is the average distance people come from?
Some 4 kilometers. It ranges. Now because the school is performing well, people from other areas also come to our school because they want performance. So as far as 7 kilometers, 8 kilometers away from the school, we get children from there. And they manage to come to school as early as 6 in the morning or 6:30 in the morning.
How many of the Kenyan children actually go to school?
Nowadays, Kenyan parents are really trying to make sure that their children go to school, because primary school is free and compulsory in Kenya.
I'm extremely proud of the fact that My students wanted to capture this moment and turn it into something meaningful. Sometimes international school students have this reputation of being spoiled. What I witness here is a desire to understand and a desire to make sense, and that makes me really proud.
And the walls also really good. They're really solid. We can kick them, they won't move. Jump on you.
And this is one thing that I would really like to deconstruct. This feeling that we have sometimes in Europe that we are the lucky ones. Are we?
I have come here, first of all, to thank you for the work that you have done in our school. You have done a very good job. Actually, what is remaining in that class is very little. The bigger part of it, you have done it yourself. So I want to thank you very, very much on behalf of the school, on behalf of the parents of that community, on the behalf of our children and the teachers. I want to thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add?
Africa's the best country in the world, yay. I mean, Africa's the best continent in the world, yo. Damn it.